Here today with us will be Lincoln City Mayor Larry and Gaylor Baird, and also with us will be Chief Teresa Ewens, LFR Chief David Engler, Assistant Chief of Police Jason Stilley, Assistant Chief of Police Brian Jackson, and Captain Mady McGuire to brief everyone on the events of yesterday evening. Mayor?
Thank you so much. Thank you to all the media who are here today and for joining us in an update on last night's accident. LPD will provide updates on the incident and share what we know about the status of those who are being treated for their injuries. On behalf of the entire city, I want to extend our heartfelt condolences to the families and friends of the two individuals who lost their lives in this tragic accident, and we want to wish those who are injured a quick and full recovery. When a tragic accident like this occurs, we in Lincoln are fortunate that we are surrounded by talented and dedicated professionals who spring into action and respond with their experience, training, and expertise to keep our communities safe. Our first responders and our healthcare workers have been working tirelessly both to determine what occurred and to treat those who were injured. And I want to thank all of the law enforcement involved, as well as our first responders and healthcare workers who are involved in responding to this accident, as well as to members of the public, the bystanders who assisted. And at this point, I'd like to introduce Chief Ewens to provide an update. Chief.
All right. During this Memorial Day weekend, members of law enforcement were engaged in a yearly unsanctioned car event called AmeriCruise. This event has occurred in Lincoln since the mid-1990s. This event brings additional vehicular traffic and community involvement through lining O Street to see classic and modern vehicles. Towards the end of the night, where the public was still gathered and regular traffic patterns were resuming when the collision actually occurred. At 10:47 p.m., a black Ford Taurus was traveling westbound on O Street when it struck a white Toyota Corolla that was facing eastbound, making a left turn to travel northbound onto North 52nd Street. The Toyota was driven by a 20-year-old Lincoln woman with a 22-year-old passenger, also a woman from Lincoln. Both women were pronounced deceased at the scene. The driver and sole occupant of the Ford was an 18-year-old man from Omaha. He was taken to the local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The Ford initially rolled onto its top, pinning two victims underneath. Bystanders worked together to roll the vehicle back over and off the victims. In total, 20 injured bystanders sought treatment at local hospitals. One victim is in critical but stable condition, and the remainder are currently classified as non-life-threatening condition. This is a tragic situation that took the lives of two community members and those injured from this collision. Our hearts go out to the families and those recovering from their injuries. To the members of the community that assisted the victims that were trapped underneath the vehicle and injured, thank you for rushing to help those in need. Anyone who witnessed this collision is asked to contact us with any information they have regarding this case, including video or photographic evidence. We encourage anyone with information to call our non-emergency number, 402-441-6000, or Crime Stoppers at 402-475-3600. And at this point, I'll take questions.
Were either of these two vehicles involved in the AmeriCruise, or they happened to be driving by at the same time that additional traffic that you referenced was going on?
We don't see them as being involved in the AmeriCruise. They were not vehicles that were participating. I apologize. I want to bring up Chief Engler to also speak at this point.
Good afternoon. I'm Dave Engler, the fire chief. Lincoln Fire and Rescue was called to this incident last night, and the dispatch center identified it as what we call a rescue alarm, which is a greater response due to the possibility of a person trapped or some type of technical rescue type situation, and that's different than a normal traffic accident. So they quickly identified that this was a significant incident and dispatched the appropriate units to the call. When our first engine company arrived on scene. They started extinguishing some minor fires and began the process of triage. One of the challenges we had was the scene was very large, and there was a lot of people there, so the vehicles were apart. So it's almost like you have two separate scenes, and then it's difficult to identify who the patients are because there were people all over the place. So that was a challenge for our crews. But they quickly identified this was a multi-casualty incident, or what we call an MCI, and notified the healthcare facilities that we were going to be transporting multiple patients. Additionally, they brought additional units to the scene to provide those transports. In all, we had 6 medic units, which are our paramedic ambulances, 4 engine companies, 2 truck companies, which are the units that do the auto extrication and have the specialized tools, 1 EMS supervisor, and 1 battalion chief at the scene. We transported 8 patients. At this time, I don't have numbers, and we're still trying to calculate all the patient contacts we had for people that we treated and released at the scene, or that were identified as patients and ended up transporting themselves. Due to HIPAA concerns, I can't get specific on the patients that we transported, but certainly that was a larger incident for Lincoln Fire and Rescue, and our crews did a very good job of managing the incident and getting the injured parties to the hospital rapidly. Thank you.
Any questions at all?
You called this an unsanctioned event. What kind of patrol presence was out there? I mean, this is something that happens every weekend during the summer in Lincoln. What were you guys doing proactively to maybe slow some of this stuff down?
So a lot of it is about presence. So we're not talking about every weekend. Let's just talk about what happened. So we had people out there because of AmeriCruise, because it does bring additional people. Every weekend, people don't sit on the sidewalk and watch the cars go by. And so you have to understand that this was an event for people, and they came out to look at the cars. That's what this was about. At the time of this collision, there wasn't a lot of people out. The cars were not flowing down the street as normal during this event. But we were there for presence. We were responding to calls for service, things like that in the area. So it's really about high visibility more than anything, and trying to stop that kind of behavior.
Does this incident impact the future of AmeriCruise in Lincoln at all, in terms of anything that, from a city standpoint, you might change or look at moving forward?
We will be changing a lot of things in regards to people that are coming to Lincoln to cause havoc like that. It's not acceptable. And yes, things will change.
Is speed considered to be a factor, and do you have any indication of how fast that westbound vehicle might have been going?
We don't know as of yet. What we're trying to do is piece that together. It's still early, and our people have been up all night trying to put all the evidence together so we can actually figure that out.
What kinds of evidence have you been able to collect so far? I mean, are people sending you their videos, pictures?
Well, I'm hoping people send more, but we did locate video, but it also is about us going on social media and finding video. But witness statements, I mean, specifically, those involved, the driver of one of the vehicles, I mean, that's all very, very important information that we need to piece together everything. But we do have definitely good video.
Do you know if alcohol is a factor at all in this?
At this time, we're not sure. We're still going through that.
Are you able to further explain the logistics of whether that car was trying to make a left turn at that, the white vehicle was trying to make a left turn at that intersection, or a U-turn?
No, it didn't look like a U-turn. It definitely looks like a left turn. Yeah.
Were the people in the vehicle wearing seatbelts?
We don't have that information at this time.
Is there any vehicle at fault?
That's part of the investigation. There's a lot to put together. I think people have to understand that besides video, witness statements, there's things in the newer cars in which we can, it's kind of the black box of vehicles that we can look at and pull that information out to actually analyze it for speed and behavior. So that will be all part of the investigation.
From a city standpoint, what impact does the fact that is this something that this collision could have happened anywhere, but AmeriCruise just happened to be going on at the same time? Or do you feel like AmeriCruise may have played a role at all in any of this?
There's a lot of collisions in Lincoln, and so I believe this would have happened whether we're there or not. People's driving behavior is their behavior, and we need to curb that through education and also enforcement. So we have been doing that. We've taken the complaints from the O Street corridor, which many of you know about, and been very active in trying to stop this behavior through enforcement, through education, community involvement. And so we're going to continue doing that. But obviously, when it comes to people that are coming to Lincoln to do donuts or do speeding, there's a lot of different areas that we can look at, including McCormick, which is the other area in which, besides O Street, that people are doing this. We're going to be out there, and we're going to take action and hopefully implement some new policies.
If this isn't a city-sanctioned event, what kind of actions can you take?
Well, when it comes to people and bad behavior, it really, where I come from in the Bay Area, it was a huge issue, sideshows. And we started taking people's cars when they're identified as being part of these sideshows and endangering the public. To the degree that it was in the Bay Area, we don't have that here. But we need to be strong about people are not going to come to Lincoln and have this behavior.
How many people were in the Taurus? That was with the 18-year-old guy, right?
There's just one driver.
Oh, okay. No other passengers?
No.
Okay. Have you identified the two women who were killed? I might have missed it.
Yes, but we're not releasing those names today.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
There was, I guess I saw on social media that there was a sheriff's department had some kind of video tower up in the vicinity.
Yes, we did.
Do you guys have direct video of the collision, of the crash?
We have video of many areas video of many parts of that intersection. I'm not trying to be cryptic, I'm really trying to say, yes, we have video of that area. And so they were our partner in this. NSP was also working with us for this event over the weekend. So, yes, to answer your question.
Do you anticipate any charges, citations being made?
Right now, we're not. The investigation has to continue.
How long do you anticipate this investigation taking?
With everything that's happened in the last couple of weeks, we're short on personnel, and I know that's not necessarily something you want to hear, but we're really going to do this the right way, not rush anything, and really get it right for all the investigations. No investigation should be impacted, and we're not going to rush it. Any other questions? Okay, thanks for your time, you guys.
And then for those of you that attend the daily briefing, we'll be back to our normal schedule, 9:30 tomorrow. Yep.
Okay.